Hey yo, it's Brian here. Today, talking about the San Francisco 49ers. Back at home in Charlotte from Houston. Great time, great to see family, hang out, eat good food over there. What more can you ask for, right? So let's get back to business. 49ers 2024 offseason started. Right now, looking for a defensive coordinator as of this recording. When this video comes out, they might have hired one by now. I'm thinking that it's going to be somebody from the inside. Not 100% sure yet. We'll see in the next day or two. I'm pretty sure they already have made up their mind on who they want as defensive coordinator after the firing of Steve Wilks. We'll be talking about that maybe in a podcast with my boy Lou. Definitely see if it was warranted to fire him after the Super Bowl. Great performance there. A lot of intrigue in that whole scenario. I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. Nothing too crazy for me. Great to be back in the studio with the microphone instead of on my iPhone. Nice to do this, talk to you guys, Niner Faithful, Niner Empire, talk about the 49ers all day for the most part. It's going to be a fun time. Let's get this video started. Let's kick some butt, see where this leads us to. Before I get the video started, per usual, please like and subscribe. That would be much appreciative. If you're new to my channel, subscribe as always. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back as always. Let's get this started. 49ers 2024 early preview in the offseason. As I said, first thing they're looking for is a defensive coordinator as of this recording. They might have hired one by now. I'll definitely have a video out as soon as possible when that one does hit the news cycle for the NFL. A lot of intrigue on who they want as the next defensive coordinator. I don't want to make any speculations right now, but I think it's going to be somebody in the inside. I don't think it's going to be like a Bill Belichick or Mike Vrabel. Any big names like that. It'll be somebody where they keep the system very consistent. Hey, another guy to look forward to, Pete Carroll, old rival from the Seattle Seahawks. He could be wanting a job as a coaching gig somewhere since all the head coaching spots have been taken already. That could be interesting if that indeed does happen. That would be the craziest irony of them all. First you get Richard Sherman, now you get Pete Carroll. Crazy right there if that does indeed happen. I think it's going to be somebody on the inside. They want to keep that similar scheme like they did with DeMeco Ryans, Robert Saleh. They weren't really feeling Steve Wilks in terms of the whole not rushing the quarterback as much for whatever reason. Pass rush wasn't as strong as previous years. Can attest to whatever situation you like. Defensive backs did play better under Wilks, but at the same time, in my opinion, I thought the defense was a little bit of a downer from the past previous years. A lot of people are pointing to the statistic that they were top 3 in points allowed, stuff like that. At the same time, if you're not a 49er fan, then you could really tell the frustration with Niner Faithful. Niner players too, even Kyle Shanahan had frustrations during the season. Him getting fired in the Super Bowl wasn't because of anything about the Super Bowl. It was probably just a year culmination. Feel like Kyle and Steve didn't really gel well. They didn't have that much chemistry, unfortunately. I wish it would have worked out. I'm a big fan of Steve Wilks. I still am. But just scheme-wise, didn't work. I think he said it perfectly, didn't work. I wish the best of luck to Steve. I hope he gets another opportunity, but just for whatever reason, didn't work out in San Francisco. That out of the way, defensive coordinator, pretty soon they'll hire somebody. That should be interesting to see who they get for this upcoming 2024 season. Some of the things to look forward to, the draft, it's definitely coming up. I believe we have a first-round pick this year for the first time since a very long time after that Trey Lance debacle trade. We have a lot of needs. A lot of you guys were talking about the draft already, seeing what stuff they have to address in the draft and in free agency as well, but I'm more focused on the draft. Hopefully it's a good one. They have a lot of stuff to look forward to. I'd say a big one is offensive line. Get help for Trent Williams and Aaron Banks because they were not getting a lot of help during the Super Bowl. I feel like Brock was getting a little pressured more than what we'd like to see, definitely, on the offensive line. That's a big need. We could talk about the other ones maybe in the future video, but going over what I believe is going to be happening for 2024. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully we can get back to the Super Bowl. It's really tough. We waited from 2019 to 2023 to get back into the position to almost win it. I guess you want to call it for the second time. Under Kyle Shanahan, really disappointing. We have a weird thing of being up by 10 points, not being able to close the deal. I know this one's a little bit different because we were up by 10 points in the first quarter. It wasn't like near the end of the game. It didn't really infuriate me as much as the Chiefs won in 2019, but still, it hurts a lot to be so close but yet so far to a championship. I feel like with the poor man's Minnesota Vikings from back in the day and the Buffalo Bills of the 1990s, where we just can't go over the hump for whatever reason. 5 Super Bowl wins, 3 Super Bowl losses in a row now. That is just insane right there. That is a big turnaround in terms of franchises to go from being clutch all the way, Joe Montana, Steve Young, to not being able to close the deal. Kyle Shanahan, some questionable calls. Yes, I will say some questionable calls. It's a lot to dissect on that. Also, the overtime decision, I do have an opinion, but it's not as strong. Definitely be talking about that in the podcast with Lou, whether that was the right decision or not to go to receive the ball. Usually in the regular overtime rules, yes, you do want to do that, but with the new overtime rules, it's a little bit different. There's a lot to look forward to that. Happy to be in Charlotte. Happy to talk about the 49ers with the full microphone. Hopefully this offseason goes well. They get a lot of great players. They keep as many players as they can as much as possible, trying to make another championship run because I feel like the championship window is closing soon for the 49ers. I know I kind of said that a few years ago, but the window was completely open, surprisingly. Maybe with them having to have to pay Brock Purdy after this season, 2024, that's a big question mark right there. Hopefully they win it all in 2024, get it over with. The championship demons are with Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. I hope they make a change really, really soon in terms of that. Get the narrative to be like, oh, Kyle Shanahan is one of the great coaches in NFL history, can win the big one. But so far, he's regarded as a fantastic coach, fantastic play caller, but sometimes a terrible decision maker and a choker, essentially, right now after this loss to the Chiefs. I'm hoping that changes after this year in 2024. That's it, guys. Please let me know what you guys think about the 49ers defensive coordinator, anything like that. I'd like to hear what you have to say about this team. Super Bowl, anything. Make me happy. Make the fans happy. That's all we hope for, right? That's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening to this, watching this, wherever you're at. And I hope to catch you guys up this week when I talk more about the 49ers. Bye, guys. Love you guys as always. Love you guys, Niner Faithful, Niner Empire. And I hope to catch you guys up another time. Bye, guys. See you all soon.